What's up, people? It's your boy Sly. In this video, I'm going to talk about the family court system. I realized the family court system in the United States and Canada is completely against men. The courts do what they can to make men slaves to their ex-wives through alimony and child support. I think alimony is fair because I don't think it's fair how you can be married to somebody and they just say, I'm out, and they leave you with nothing. I don't think that's fair. So I do believe alimony is good. I think it's a fair thing. But when it comes to child support, I think child support is just a hustle. It's a scam. It's a scam you cannot avoid if you have a kid. And I've noticed that for some reason in this society we live in today, you have a corrupt court system where they know men cannot pay their bills because they've been to jail, but they don't care. Because this is how child support works, right? You have to pay a monthly balance each month. After doing all that, you have to maintain it. If you have a hard time paying your bills, you have to talk to the judge can lower it. But there are some judges out there who don't lower your child support payments and they don't care. Let me give you an example. There was a doctor who was paying $15,000 a month in child support, and he went through a nasty divorce, and time went on, he couldn't afford the 15 grand a month in child support. He could no longer afford it. So he talked to the judge if she can lower it. The judge said no, he's not going to lower his monthly payment. So he couldn't enforce it. He was forced to close down his practice. And before you know it, he fell behind child support and they threw this man in jail. This man is a medical doctor. And it's not as if the guy was broke. It's not as if he was, a loser. He wasn't a loser. He wasn't a scumbag. He was a medical doctor. And all he had to do was just refinance his situation, but the judge said no. So what is he supposed to do? Before you know it, he went to jail for, I think, back child support. He went to jail for it. So now he gets out of jail. He may end up going back to jail because he wasn't able to pay his current bills. But this is the part that doesn't make any sense, though. If you're in jail for child support, how does the interest keep increasing? Does that make any freaking sense to anybody? That's like me saying right now, hey, I'm in jail and I owe 20 grand back child support, but now my monthly payments keep increasing plus interest. I don't have a job. So what happens now is by the time I get out, the judge will tell you, you have to. So the judge said, I'll give you 6 months, for example, 6 months to make payments to clear your debt. If not, you're going back to jail. So how are you supposed to clear a $20,000 child support debt, if not more, since you were in jail? How are you supposed to clear it within 6 months to a year if you don't have a job? Because many companies today do not hire people who have child support debt. In fact, if you owe child support, some companies don't even want to deal with you. They really don't. They don't want to deal with that shit. Because some companies do not want to deal with wage garnishes. They don't want to deal with that crap. They want to pay you your money and you go your way. That's all they want to do. So, you know what I mean? So basically you become a slave to the court because now if you don't pay, they throw you in jail. Now you have a record on you. So now you have a record on you for going to jail. So how do you get a job with a felony on your record for back child support? You don't. In most cases, you don't. So now the judge will say, you know what? They'll send you back to jail. So now you have if you go to child support, I think 2 or 3 times, I think in some states, it becomes a felony charge. So now you have a felony on your record. How are you supposed to pay off the debt if you don't? Dude, the system knows what it's doing. Okay? the people aren't stupid, but the people who are suffering through it don't have a voice. Like there was one guy in Canada, very good man. I mean, I can't knock him. Um, there's this man in Canada. He was married. I think he had 3 to 4 kids, right? And after his divorce, his wife got the house, which was worth about $1.2 million. Then he had to pay $4,000 a month to his wife, I think for alimony and child support. And I think the dude was like a software developer, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember how much he was making per month, but I think it was around 10 grand a month. I think. Don't quote me on it. And before you know it, he had to pay all this money. Before you know it, he had nothing left over. So this man said, "Fuck it." He left Canada, moved to the Philippines, and he never came back. He said he would never come back to Canada because he said the court system was so corrupt it ruined his life because they make you a slave. So, how would you feel if you had to work? If you had to work every month and find out that you only are going to live off 20% of what you make because the rest of it is going towards your ex-wife and child support. I know many men would never accept that kind of lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, these kids aren't like adults. They're still in the, early kid age. I think only 12 or something like that. So imagine doing that. You're going through stress because the court system basically enslaved you and you can't get ahead because of it. So this guy fled. He left the country. Some people will call him a deadbeat dad. He's a horrible piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. But he said that it wasn't enough for him to have that kind of lifestyle. He said that him leaving his family was not good, leaving his kids was not good. But he said the Canadian family court system is so corrupt. Yeah, it's a broken system. So how is he supposed to make a living if he can't have a quality of life? So he fled to the Philippines. That's it. He said he'll never come back to Canada, or he'll never go back to Canada ever again. Not interested. So this shows you and believe it, why can't the woman find a job and work? Or at least do something? She's expecting him to pay. I was like, dude, good luck with that behavior. Good luck with that. Because I can tell you that a lot of men who are smart don't even date or deal with single mothers. They don't deal with them. They don't date them. Nothing. They want nothing to do with them. Nothing. Because dealing with a woman with kids is enough stress already. It's enough stress. Men don't want to deal with it. So now you have the court system that does not favor men. And there are many men today who are in jail over bullshit. A woman can claim sexual assault on you, she can claim abuse on you, and the court will take her word, even though there's no evidence. If a woman makes an allegation against you, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you're innocent. She ain't got to prove shit. She ain't got to prove nothing. She can just make an allegation. You have to prove. If you can't prove that you didn't touch her, well, you're guilty. The US and Canada are the same thing. Same damn thing. So a lot of people today who are smart are being hip to the game by avoiding marriage and relationships. There was a woman that I think it was some court case I saw, and the man was making child support payments, right? I think the woman was making she was getting around $1,600 a month in child support. And the mother was like, she wants more money, she wants more money. So something happened where she was pushing for a felony charge on his record. I don't know I can't remember what she charged him, I can't remember it. But she charged him. She kept pushing to charge him for a felony on his record. And he was making about 14K a month, 14 grand a month in the U.S. And before you know it, that shit got taken away because she was pushing for a felony charge on this guy's record. Now, and even the judge said it, was like, you push this, now he won't be able to have a good paying job to make the child support payments. So now you are most likely not going to be getting any money for a while. The judge told her this. But women don't care about the child support money. All they want to do is ruin a man's life. You dig? See, this is the reason why MGTOW is growing again. They don't want to deal with women and the court system. They don't want to deal with that shit. They don't want to deal with it. Women out here in America today are so out of control. They can make up anything against you and you have to prove that you did not do it. But she can just walk free. And you wonder why men today are going crazy. You wonder why men are saying, you know, I forget my kids. There are some guys who actually walked away from their kids. They walked away. Because dealing with a kid is such a headache in this society. Who wants to deal with that shit? I don't care how much you love your kids. I don't care how much you love them. If the court system and if your baby mama is making it hard for you to even see your kid, that man will walk away. Because it's not worth the stress. And the thing that really boggles me the most is that the court system knows that these women are using this stuff against men. They know it destroys men's lives, but they don't care. They just say, well, that's not our problem. You know? And you wonder why things are going the way they're going. You know? That's all I got to say about this topic. Peace.